1, 2, 3. Nice.
Cool.
Welcome back to Crafting Chemistry. Today's single might know a thing or two about making someone smile. He's an oral surgeon.
I like that.
You like that?
I did. That was cute.
Welcome, Jackson.
Thank you.
I'm
Good to be here.
excited you're here.
Me too.
So I know Jackson because we sort of work together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in medical device sales, so I met him through work, and he's a catch. So I figured he'd be a perfect Charlotte single to bring on the podcast.
You're far too kind. I'm going to try not to embarrass myself. Hi, everybody.
Don't. We want to tell everyone what our craft is today?
Oh my gosh. All right. So if you've seen the other episodes, I just want to point out she picked much easier crafts for the other people. I heard they've just been painting things. She got me origami. I have never origamied before in my life. Well, actually, that's not true.
I was about to say,
I think, yeah, probably like middle school, elementary school, they had us doing them.
I don't think I've ever done it, but it says easy to follow instructions, and I'm just here to tell you it doesn't look as easy as one would hope. So this will definitely be interesting, but I have different paper for you to choose from. What's going to be your pattern?
That's a good question. I kind of like this one. I like these flowers.
Perfect.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I like these flowers too. I was going to go with the red ones. Look at us picking the same one. Okay, so you're an oral surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you in school for before you got started?
So after high school, 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of dental school. Then I did a 2-year what's called non-categorical internship, basically where I was just working in the oral surgery clinic, taking call in the hospital, but not really matriculating through the program.
Okay.
And then after that, I did 4 years of oral surgery residency. So I think in total it was that 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, you know, the thing that I tell people about that, we're making a fig tree, by the way.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we're going to try to make.
A fir tree.
Fir tree.
A fir tree.
Fig tree will be way harder.
Yeah. We can use our imagination.
There you go.
We're crafting.
Exactly. So, yeah, but it's funny because whenever the period of time that I was in school comes up, the thing I'm reminded of is right when I was starting.
Yeah.
I saw this quote by this guy named Earl Nightingale.
Okay, Earl.
Yep. And the quote was, "Let not the time it will take to accomplish something deter us from its pursuit. The time will pass anyway. We might as well put it to the best possible use."
Wow.
Right. So that...
The fact that you just have that quote stored in your
Amber.
bank of knowledge.
Amber. I love quotes.
I know you do.
I love quotes.
You're very philosophical.
Yeah, I try to be. You know, when I was growing up, my dad used to tell me, and this is obviously not the case across the board, but it's a good rule of thumb. Mm-hmm. Only a fool learns from their own mistakes. So, like, obviously, everyone's going to make their own mistakes. You should learn from your own mistakes when they happen.
Yep.
But if you get the opportunity to learn from the mistakes that someone else has already made, that's usually better.
There you go. Always one step ahead.
Try to be. I'm
be.
already confused about this. I already feel like I'm doing this wrong.
Are
but
you?
I think
No.
I think I got it.
I feel like, you just, it looks weird on the sheet, guys. It's something. Okay. So you're an oral surgeon, but I want to know you outside of the scrubs.
Sure.
What's something that someone wouldn't guess about you outside of your job?
They wouldn't guess about me.
Yeah. Something unassuming.
Was a couple of things. I mean, well, actually, they might assume this about me. I'm kind of a nerd.
You are a little bit of a nerd.
I'm a huge nerd.
It's good to be a nerd.
Yeah, I was hedging. I'm a huge nerd.
Yeah.
I love learning about new things. Let's see.
You do. I feel like you like to challenge yourself a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite things is I feel like I learn things about myself by putting myself in challenging situations, right? But I think one of the more nerdy things about me is my brother and I, we grew up watching anime, and so he's still pretty big into anime, and from time to time he'll send me send me new shows to watch, which generally end up being really good. Like the artwork, the animation, the storytelling, they're usually you appreciate the anime craft. Of course, for sure.
Okay. I don't think I've ever watched any.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'll send you a couple. I'll send you some that are like interesting and easy to watch that
Yeah, give me
won't
homework.
put you too far down the rabbit hole.
I don't know. I like going down rabbit holes.
Okay. Well, remember you said that because there are some of these that have like hundreds of episodes.
Okay, so that is unassuming. I feel like working out too, I feel like you do several different things to stay active.
Yeah, I was going to say probably that too. Yeah, when I was in Kansas City, funny enough, one of the security guards that worked in the hospital, or one of the hospitals that I worked at, he had a martial arts gym. And one day he was just like, you should come check it out, see if you like it. You know, he was nice enough. I was in residency, so I didn't have very much money, and he was doing healthcare employee discounts. So went to check it out. But yeah, he was just very encouraging, and I loved it. Yeah. And I kind of did it through COVID, and I've picked it back up since I've been here in Charlotte.
Oh, so you're still doing it?
Oh, yeah. I was going to go this morning, but my back's been bugging me a little bit just with being on and off of planes and traveling so much recently.
And also every day you're in surgeries, like hunching over too. I'm sure that, listen, I feel like when I hit.
You're not wrong.
Because how old are you?
I am 36.
36. Okay, so I'm 33. I feel like when I hit 31, something about my back just, I don't know what happened, but I was cricking all over the place, like in different places that I've never, if you don't stretch.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Horrendous.
I stretch every day.
Are you caught like me? Like
a little bit.
Yeah. Is this one hurting your soul?
No, I think
it's like this, right? Yeah. It's just up like that.
So there should still be a little triangle in the middle.
Yeah. I think it's just,
yeah, you got it.
Okay. So martial arts, you still do normal working out. Yep. What do you do to unwind after a long day of surgeries?
So honestly, it really depends.
Unwind.
Huh?
I said I feel like
I was gonna say. Well, the gym. I mean, I think that's a good question. It's a fair question. You know, stress management is important. I think just in general, especially.
Oh yeah.
Especially in jobs like ours where we're both in. It doesn't seem like it, but we're both in service industries, right? Like, you're kind of at the beck and call of doctors, and I'm to the same extent, to patients.
Yeah, because anyone can have an emergency, and
right.
Your day can get thrown off in a second.
Yep, indeed.
Got to be agile.
Yeah, nimble.
But
there are several things. I call and talk to my brother, talk to my friends.
Yeah. So you're a call guy, not a text guy.
Yes. So I text information. Like if I need to just communicate with you something, then I will text.
Okay.
If I want to see how you're doing, like if I just have time, then I'm going to call you just because I find that everybody gets busy, and
they do.
It's really easy to just kind of like write that off as, oh, well, I just haven't called because I'm busy. But then when I really think about it, the thing that I've been trying to do is, especially with my brother, is when I think about, and I'm going to text him after this.
Okay.
But whenever I think about somebody, like especially somebody in my friend group that I haven't seen or talked to in a while, and I'm thinking of 2 or 3 other people now that we're having this conversation.
Write it down.
But I will send them a text message just saying, hey, I thought about you. Hope you're doing well.
That's thoughtful.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think you have to work to maintain relationships, like your friendships,
100%.
Everybody gets busy. We're all adults with our own goals and careers and lives and all those things. So
just trying to... You make an effort.
Right. And I think that's the main thing. I think people just want to know that that you're thinking about them, that you care about them, and they understand that you're busy, and you just can't see each other as much as you would like to. But
absolutely,
important to maintain those relationships.
I think that's super important. I feel like that gets lost along the way, and like good friends will hang around even if you just like check in every now and again. Like you don't need constant communication. So that's a good quality.
Well, if they have those studies that say if you've known someone for longer than 10 years, you're likely to be friends for life.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah, and thankfully I have a lot of good friends that I've known for a very long time.
Yeah. Is there anything from your job that's actually helped you in dating or relationships? Any skill that you've taken from your day to day?
That's a great question.
Thanks. No, I liked that one.
I feel like people listening to this, if they have ever dated a surgeon, then then they may not feel like there's very much that adds to relationships, just because it is kind of a demanding job, and surgeons have some type of reputation from time to time.
And what would that reputation be?
Well, the reputation that I have seen and heard, usually from operating room
what's your
staff,
feedback? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting situation. It's almost like a catch-22, because you get people who are very type A, perfectionists, just like very attentive to detail, and a lot of them want things done a specific way because they're concerned about the outcome and how it's going to be for their patient.
Well, you kind of have to be in that setting.
Exactly, which I understand and which makes sense. But what I don't understand is if you're displeased with how something's going, or, if you run into complications, like everyone will at some point.
Right.
The people in the room are there to help you.
Yeah.
And sometimes there just doesn't seem to be as much appreciation for those people who are in the room helping you. Mm-hmm. It's more kind of like, you guys are here to do what I tell you to do instead of working as a team. Right. Which I prefer to work as a team because, I'm going to have to keep working with these people. Right. So I don't want to create an environment where I feel like I've been doing the same fold for the past 3 minutes. No, I don't want to create an environment. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm like, it's not perfect. I don't think anyone else wants to go into an environment where, they go to work and they're dreading going to work, or, they're worried they're going to get yelled at or something like that. No, I don't want anybody to feel that way. So that's good. I try not to do that.
An appreciation for your staff.
For sure. But I guess to answer your question directly, is there anything from my job? Probably resilience. I mean, I think, because kind of the same thing. Like you can't control everything.
I know. I was about to say, is it supposed to?
It's not perfect. Don't look at this corner. Yeah. All right, we got one down.
Got one down.
Are we going to try something harder?
Yeah, I feel like we should.
Just so you guys can see. That's what it looks like in the book, too. Like, we're not far off.
Cuties.
Not bad for the first time.
No, I feel like I wanted this because I feel like this would be nice for your office if we can get one that'll stand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make a crane at some point.
Yeah, the crane's difficult. Okay, so resilience. How does that translate into like dating and in relationships?
It's difficult to get on the same page with somebody, and
do you think it's difficult because you haven't found the right person?
I think that could definitely be part of it.
Yeah.
I think, the resilience, another quote that I remember, I think it was Theodore Roosevelt. I may be misquoting who it was, but
that's okay. Again, the fact that you have these stored away in your noggin is very impressive.
What is success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. So when I think about resilience in dating, it's just kind of like, I think people date and they have good experiences, they have less than good experiences, but just going from each dating experience with a different person without carrying maybe the less than ideal aspects of previous dating experiences into the new ones, right?
Right.
You
a
don't
clean
want
slate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to take out your feelings from past experiences on a new person who may not be contributing to those things, and in the end you just end up hurting yourself, and you may end up hurting that person unnecessarily. So I think that's just the resilience to move from experience to experience without losing enthusiasm, without losing optimism, because you never know it's going to work out, and it just takes one.
I feel like you're very optimistic though.
I try to be for that exact reason, because I don't know what's going to happen. So why am I going to assume the worst? Like, assume the best is going to happen, and then do the best you can with whatever happens, where however things work out.
I like that. Do you feel like you've lost a little bit of optimism along the way? Is that fair to say? Like, have you kind of retracted every now and again, or not?
I don't.
Not really
I think at times. I mean, I think at times I've moved away from dating a little bit just to refocus myself. But
do you think your career kind of got in the way of that sometimes?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Just because I may not have as much free time. Like I've thought about my friends, some of them who are married, they did more dating in their like 20s or
like kind of before it ramped up, like school. Is that what you mean, or?
No, I mean more so like when I was out of college and my friends got into the workforce, and it was pretty much just working, dating life, and then the next stages. And for me, it was somewhat similar. It's just I was a lot busier when I was in residency for sure, and
your days were long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Okay, so we're getting a cleaner picture of you. Like, how do you normally meet people now?
So
let's talk about it.
I try to be outgoing. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cute.
I try to be outgoing.
All right, we're gonna do a sailboat next because we're just so skilled that we now are trying new one.
We'll see how it goes. So yeah, historically, we were talking about this a little bit. When I'm not at work, and even like part of work requires me to travel sometimes.
Yeah, you're gone a lot.
Yeah, so it's not typically, like I'm not usually traveling that much. Was that
yes,
face?
You are. You are gone. You are jet setting all the time, and you travel by yourself, which I think is really, really cool most of the time, right?
Yeah, I'll go by myself, or I'll go with some friends if I can, if they've got time, or if it's something they're interested in.
Yeah, but even like your continuing education. So like
sure.
in his field, and part of what I do too is like putting on continuing education because that's what you need to do in the medical world.
Yeah, you have to have a certain number of hours each year to maintain your license. Mm-hmm. So it's just basically to make sure that people don't graduate and then never learn anything else, so that they're staying up to date with like the newest developments and things. Yeah, I agree.
It's important, and you make it a priority.
Right. You should be practicing. You should be improving.
Okay, so we'll go back into that. You do travel a good bit. So how are you meeting people right now?
That's right. Sorry, I did skip right over that. So I try to be outgoing. So if I see someone in public, then I might introduce myself. Or more commonly, it's usually dating apps.
Mm-hmm. What's your favored dating app?
I'm only
Which one
on
are you
one.
keeping? Which one are you throwing away? Oh, you're only on one.
Yeah, I'm only on one.
Okay.
What do you mean? People are on a lot of them? Like multiple of them? How many are there? Because I really only know about
I've been out of the
3.
game for a minute.
That's fair. I only know about 3. Like 3 that are really that I thought were popular, but
I found out the other day that Hinge like has a new like a mascot now, like the little furry thing. I don't know. Is that the one you use?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Hinge.
Oh gosh darn it. I think I folded this the wrong way. All right, we're going to see.
I know. This one's difficult.
See, yeah, and you're asking me all these distracting questions.
That's the point of it.
Yeah,
to see how skilled we are.
No, you're not wrong. Actually, I think I got it. I think I'm okay. All right.
Okay, so how do you go on a lot of dates?
I wouldn't say a lot.
No,
honestly. I mean, because they're like I think it's important to have time for like, my own like self growth, self development. Mm-hmm. Like we started talking about before this, looking for artistic outlets.
Yeah.
So,
let's talk about it. This was really cool. So he was saying he has a lot of like side ventures that he does that I think is awesome because like we talked about earlier, you're always challenging yourself. Mm-hmm. You have a script, right? You're working on a script.
That's where you want to start? That's the thing you want to talk about?
I thought that was so cool.
Oh my gosh. All right.
That's so cool.
Okay. Well, this is very early on, so I'm just going to give you broad strokes.
Yeah.
But you ever watch Seinfeld?
I've seen an episode or two.
Okay. So in Seinfeld, there is, character George and Jerry. They get an opportunity to write a pilot for a television show.
Uh-huh.
And there's a couple episodes that get into it. But in one of the episodes, George is in a bar and he's trying to pick up women. And he's telling them that he's a writer. And, these women are somewhat interested, and then they find out that he's writing a sitcom, and they basically laugh him out of the bar. So I remember seeing that, and I remember thinking, if this is the joke on a sitcom, that it's easy to write a sitcom, then let me see how difficult it is to write a sitcom. So I basically asked ChatGPT, like, hey, if I wanted to write a television show,
out ChatGPT.
Yeah, like where would I start?
Yeah.
And it just kind of gave me a full rundown, like, this is what you would need to do. You make something called a show Bible, then you develop, your premise, your working title or your actual title if you have it.
Didn't do that right.
All sorts of things, camera angles, or not camera angles, but like how many cameras, genres, subgenres. Helps you develop characters.
Yes.
All of that stuff. So I have an idea, and it's at this point again. I've written the pilot episode, but it's not perfect. I do have an idea for like a few season story arc though.
You started a pilot, which is awesome for a sitcom.
Well, actually,
spare time.
That's the other interesting thing about it though too. As I was working on it, I found that there were some things that I thought were important that could be touched on in that medium. Just like, kind of people's real life stories and issues they deal with. So you're doing way better on this one than I am.
No, I'm already confused. Messed up. I'm just rolling with it at this point.
Okay, good. Because, actually, I think I understand it. I understand it now. Okay.
I folded extra stuff that I didn't need to fold, but I think I can salvage this.
Yeah, I think I got it. Okay. So, now I forgot what I was saying.
Your sitcom.
Oh, it developed.
Yeah.
So it kind of evolved from being a sitcom into being more of it's still kind of a comedy, but it is much more realistic and a lot more focused on real life. So we'll see what happens.
He's a gentleman, a scholar, and a writer.
Putting words on a page, I don't know if that makes me a writer, but we'll see.
That's cool. I think as busy as you are, like in your day to day with your job, and being able to still incorporate that things that you find interesting or challenging yourself is really, really cool.
Sure. Well, and a couple other things, like I have been practicing chess. So, yeah. So
an elite skill.
Just one. Well, mostly just for strategy, and like to see if I can get my brain to work in a different way, think in a different way. But it's just kind of like doing a lesson a day and maybe playing a game a day too, and I lose a lot.
Who are you playing when you play chess?
Oh, it's just online. It's chess.com.
Wow.
Yeah, you can set up a free account on chess.com, and you can play, like, do a certain number of lessons. You can play against other real people. You can play against bots.
I feel like you need to find an old distinguished gentleman in Charlotte and go play with him. That's been playing for 50 years.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So a sitcom, chess.
Chess. I'm almost embarrassed to say this one, but I did buy an electric guitar.
Oh my gosh, and a musician.
Well, that's why I'm embarrassed to say it, because I have not been putting in the amount of time that I'm supposed to. But my brother and I actually bought electric guitars at the same time, and we're supposed to be learning. And there's a dentist that I've become friends with he does music production. He actually has done some really cool stuff. He produced some things for HBO.
Okay.
And he's learning to play guitar. So he's kind of like my accountability partner right now. But
nice.
I've been traveling for the past week and haven't really practiced. That was the other thing I was going to tell you.
You're doing it right. I think I'm doing it wrong. Let me see yours.
You're fine.
No, like... Dang it.
That's all right. We're getting there. I hate to do it, but I got another quote. And I think this was Theodore Roosevelt also.
Okay.
And this is not exactly in the same vein, but he said something like what a tragedy it is for a man to go from youth to old age without seeing the beauty that his body is capable of. And he was basically saying that in the context of, you should be physically active. Like, don't waste your youth not doing things to build yourself, right?
Yeah.
And now I lost my train of thought.
It's keeping busy. You like to keep busy.
Oh, but thank you. That's perfect. So it's not necessarily keeping busy, but it's like if there's an opportunity to learn something or, to grow or to improve, you obviously have to have balance. Like you can't burn the candle on both ends all the time. But David Goggins, you know David Goggins?
I know David Goggins, yeah.
Yeah. So I read one of his books and I just kind of realized that I was maybe making some excuses for why I couldn't accomplish some things that I had told myself I was interested in doing. And so now it's more so whenever I'm looking at doing something that may be new or challenging, it's just kind of like, whatever decision you make, you need to be honest with yourself about why you're making it.
Sure.
Because
intentional.
A lot of times, exactly. I think a lot of times people tell themselves they can't do something.
Yep.
But the real reason is they don't want to. They'd rather do something else.
I think that's like the big difference in when people are successful or not. And that's something I've learned about Tanner is I feel like a large percentage of the population always wants to do something, but they just never act on it. So if you never act on something and then not just acting on it, but staying consistent.
Right.
Consistency is key in doing anything. And that's the main part of people's downfall.
Consistency is the rarest of human qualities.
Yeah.
Jeremy Bentham.
You need to write a book.
It's just going to be a book of other people's wisdom.
Hey, there's a place for that. Okay. So let's talk love. You fix smiles for a living. What makes you smile when it comes to love?
Oh wow, I feel like I'm on a dating show.
You are.
A great question. What makes me smile?
What makes you smile?
That is a fantastic question. To be honest, one of the things that I have found over time that I value very highly is peace.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be.
Yeah, just because generally I am pretty busy. Like I wouldn't get into a relationship with somebody that I didn't want to be happy, right? It doesn't make sense to me to go through the effort of becoming exclusive with someone in a relationship and then make that person miserable, right?
Right. Why do you think you would make them miserable?
Oh, I don't think I would make them miserable.
Okay.
But I think that like that's like I have such a high value on peace because like I want to bring that person peace and I want the same thing from them. It doesn't mean that there aren't difficulties or that we don't have problems, we don't disagree, but most of these things we can talk out and if we're really on the same team, right?
Right.
If we're really on the same team, if we really want the best things for each other, then why would we not give each other the benefit of the doubt and sit down and actually talk about what we're upset about or what we have a difference of opinion on?
Yeah.
So it's really important to me being in a relationship, if I'm going to be in a relationship, that it's with someone who can communicate that way.
Yes, communication is definitely key in a lot of anything, honestly.
Yeah.
Not just relationships. But to your point, I think, you have a very busy schedule. I think what you're saying is someone with a little bit more independence as well.
Independence is great. I mean, I want someone who is also, kind of growth minded. It doesn't have to be the end all be all.
Yeah.
I'm not critiquing someone else like, what did you do today or what did you learn today? How are you getting better? But I think I lost my train of thought.
No, I mean, I think what I was trying to say there is like you have all of these things that you're doing. A good match for you, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, would be someone who also enjoys learning new things and maybe you could learn something together. Is that something you're interested in? Like, so just constantly growing together.
Yeah.
Someone who has their own little things.
Yeah. Supporting each other in whatever we're pursuing also. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you think about your type, what are you looking for in someone?
one of the best things I think that I learned, and that actually reminds me of some advice my dad gave me, but one of the best things that I think I ever learned, because actually I'm going to tell you the advice my dad gave me first because it'll make sense.
Shout out Dad.
Shout out Dad. Fountain of wisdom. But when I was probably like 12, 13, 14, something like that, I remember I asked my dad, how do I get women to like me? And he said, you shouldn't worry about getting women to like you. You should worry about being their friend.
Wow. Smart man.
Yeah. So I got very good at being friends with women.
Okay.
And at some point I realized that I was like friend zoning myself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was interesting because that was the only thing that was missing.
Yeah.
You know, if you take the time to get to know people, and
honestly, that's all women want.
Yeah, that doesn't sound unreasonable.
To feel like you are actually interested in us as a person.
Yeah, I don't want to date someone that I don't want to be around.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I would hope not.
No. But I mean, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't they don't put in that effort to get to know people on that level. They just think they want someone, and then I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, help me here.
Yes.
What did I do wrong in this one versus yours? Which corner did you fold up?
So now you got to get a crease here and a crease here. So you got to fold in half right there, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay.
I forgot the second half of what I was telling you now.
What are you looking for in someone? So your dad is a smart man, right, and said be friends with them first.
Yes. So absolutely.
As far as attributes that someone may have, like what is like your top qualities that you look for in a partner?
I don't think that was a question. I was on a different train of thought.
You were.
I'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Oh, that's exactly what it was.
No,
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That was exactly what it was. But like kind of during the course of like my, getting to know women like as friends, and then also kind of figuring out what I was looking for in dating. One of the best things I think I learned was a quote from somebody else. It was like, even a beautiful woman doesn't know what she wants until it's in front of her. And so what I have gotten out of the habit of doing is creating some kind of arbitrary expectation of, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. It's one of those things that I think I'll know it when I see it.
Okay. A feeling?
I think a feeling is definitely part of it. But, as in the course of getting to know people, you see qualities that...
So do you lead by attraction or you lead by personality, you would say these days?
Again, I think it depends. I mean, I think people who disregard attraction are being disingenuous.
Sure, of course. You need to be attracted. Do you think that attraction can grow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I think it can decrease too. Like I've definitely dated people who, once I got to know their personality more, I was like, I don't think this is it. I don't think this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
And I've definitely met people who I've been friends with that, over time, I'm just like, man, you're great.
Yeah.
So.
Do you look for someone who's funny, adventurous? Like,
of course, all of the like positive qualities that I think people look for generally, I'm open to. But I guess what I mean is I don't have like check this box, check this box. It's more so how do all of those things come together in this individual, unique person? Yeah. Right. Because I think everybody's funny. It's just, do we have similar types of senses of humor? Are we interested in similar things? So I think it's kind of a, part of a journey of discovery. Like you're learning things about this person, and then in the process, you also kind of learn some things about yourself and what's important to you and what you're looking for. But I wouldn't say, I would never date someone who, well, I mean, if they stink, like if they really suck, then I don't know. There are some qualities that like you meet people and you're immediately like, nope.
What's like the worst date you've ever been on? Have you ever been on one date and been like, I can't do that again?
You know what's actually really interesting about that? I don't think I've really been on any bad dates. I did have one date where the energy was just weird.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I mirror people's energy pretty well. I'm pretty open. I'm pretty easy to talk to.
You're a conversationalist.
Yeah, I like to get to know people, and like I want you to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. But I remember I went on a date. This was years ago.
Yeah.
But I went on a date, and we went to a tapas restaurant, and just the energy was a little weird. I'm trying to start conversations, I'm trying to talk and stuff. She'll answer, but she's not really like engaging back. So we got some sangria. Okay. And I was like, well,
love a good sangria.
Exactly. It was great. I was like, maybe this will help. Maybe we'll kind of, relax a little bit. Get to the bottom of that first pitcher of sangria. Okay. And still kind of the same thing. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Still kind of the same thing. Not really a whole lot of conversation, but I'm still trying. And then we ultimately were leaving the restaurant, and she made a suggestion that we go to another spot. And I was like, okay. I was like, it was a little awkward, but like maybe, she's making an effort, like maybe it'll get better. So we went to another place, and we sat down, and it was a place that she worked at, and she got some food, and we're sitting. I remember I talked to the bartender. Like, I had an easier conversation with the bartender than I did with her. But we sat there for a while and kind of talked and ate whatever, and then same thing. I was about to leave, and she was like, "Do you want to go to another place?" I was like,
"Oh wow,
okay." So we went to.
So you're like, what, 5 sangrias in at this point? Just kidding.
No, I don't think 5, but like it was a couple. It was definitely a few. But we went to a jazz bar, and it was really nice. Music was great. We just kind of chilled. But we just kind of listened to music and hung out there for a while. We didn't go out again, but she was very nice. It just...
The energy was off.
Yeah, so it was weird.
She couldn't carry a conversation, basically, is what you're trying to say.
Honestly, I don't know what it was. I wouldn't necessarily put it on her because I like... That's
very nice of you. Well, it just sounds like compatibility-wise, you weren't a match.
Yeah, exactly. And she didn't do anything mean.
So no traumatic dates that you've been on.
She didn't do anything mean or wrong or anything like that. It just,
just
wouldn't fit.
Didn't work.
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay, cool. So that's not a tragic dating.
I don't...
Some people have had like very...
No, I know. It's
crazy dating stories.
Actually interesting to me. I mean, that's one of the, I think, interesting things about being friends with women is that if you listen, they will tell you about these things, and then it just kind of makes you go, it's like, this is what dating is like for you? It's like, I couldn't fathom doing something like that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you haven't had a bad experience dating.
Not an overly bad one. And I mean, and that's the other thing that's interesting about it to me is like, we can just go our separate ways. Like, and it's really interesting to me when people are like aggressive or they like lash out if someone's not interested in going out with them again, or if the, experience doesn't go the way that they wanted it to. It's like, just go home, try again.
I know. I think it's all about experience though. I think a lot of people that are wronged usually react that way of just kind of like maybe you're a sense of normalcy for them. If that's what you've experienced, like people not responding well, you know what I mean? Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
I think if you're calm
this origami doesn't make sense, but yeah, I think that makes sense.
I was waiting for you to do a next move because you helped me a second ago, and I was like, it's a lot of folding upward. This is the next one, but I don't know how to get from here to here.
Okay, that's the lower edge.
Oh, wait.
It's the middle. Yeah, lower edge. So those are in there like that.
Okay.
And then it says side corners upwards. So these are the side corners.
Like this?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, look. Does that look right?
Let me see. Yeah, I think you did it. Wait, what did you do?
I just went like this. Up. And then up.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got it. Nice.
Okay, let's play a mini game called Delete or Keep.
Okay.
Text you good morning every day.
Text me good morning every day. Actually, you know what's interesting about I'm gonna out myself a little bit here.
Yeah, ruffle some feathers.
That I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do know that some feedback that I have been given in relationships before is that I should be more more vocal, like more words of affirmation.
Oh, okay. So that's not one of your love languages.
No, it's a weak spot for me, and I'm working on it. But I've thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it from, I think, 2 different people
Interesting.
that I've dated. And yeah, it's interesting because, you know, they've told me essentially, like, you know, there's nothing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. Like,
I just need more from you. More
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. They know that I care about them. And I think that where it comes from is, like, growing up, I always knew that my mom used to say she loved us all the time, like as much as she could. My dad's a lot better about it now. But when I was growing up, I don't think he really said it to us very much. And it wasn't like a thing where it was a problem because he was always around. Like,
yeah,
he was always around. He always made sure we were taken care of. You know, I never wanted for anything. So I never wondered about my dad caring about me or loving me. Like,
right.
I knew that he did through his actions.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of like somewhat inherently, exactly. So I'm just having to work with it because, like, I'll do all of the things. Like I said, if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, I want them to be happy. I don't want to make their life harder. I don't want to do things that make them unhappy. So I try to do the things, but I also got to make sure I'm saying the things too. Okay.
So delete or keep?
Oh, sorry. That was a big tangent, wasn't it? So if it's a requirement, if it's like, hey, you better text me good morning every morning, I would put delete, mostly just because that's going to take a little bit of effort for me to get into that habit for a while.
Okay.
But if it's important enough, then I don't have a problem.
Okay. So if they're texting you, it may not be something on your front, but if you over communicate to them, like, hey, I get going. Because what time do you start your day?
Generally, I get up around 5:30. Yeah, that looks great. Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
That looks great.
Wow.
That is really good.
Thanks.
She just so everybody who's watching this knows, I got here and she was like, we're going to do origami. And I was like, do you understand how difficult this is going to be? I'm going to look so bad.
No, you're not.
That looks awesome. Me. That was great.
You helped me.
All right, well,
I got here because of, okay.
Well, I'm going to copy yours now.
No, okay. So you are not, just to be clear.
Yeah.
You are not defaulting texting good morning every single morning. Unless someone is like, hey, this is important to me.
Yeah.
And then you'll respect that.
Then yes.
Got it. Because your day starts, you're probably starting what, at 7?
At work?
Yeah.
No, at work, my first patient at work is my first scheduled patient is usually, depending on time of year, 8:30.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm usually going to the gym in the morning, and then after that, come home, get ready, drive out to the office, and by the time I get there, it's time to go.
Would you like it if someone got to the point where they were working out with you in the morning before you went to work? Or do you like to work out by yourself?
It's distracting me. This is distracting me. It's driving me crazy. It's not going to be perfect. I got to make another one.
I made another one. Grab another piece of paper.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. I've worked out with women that I've dated before, and
in the morning before work.
Probably not in the mornings, to be honest.
That might be good bonding time though for you, like since you're kind of busy during the week, or do you like that time to yourself?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing. I if I'm working out with someone, like we're there to work out, and I want to be supportive. Obviously need anything like encouragement, all that stuff. Like I want you to have a good workout, and I want to help you with that. But also, I dated someone years ago that I tried to get to come to the gym with me, and to her credit, she did. She wasn't like super big into exercising, but she came with me, and she just wanted to talk to me. Like I have my headphones in, and it'd be like I'd be in between sets, and then she'd want to have a conversation, and I'm like, no, like I'm getting into the mindset that I want to be in, so that I can get the
I
most
feel
out
like
of this
there's
workout.
people that do like to work out. Obviously, I love to yap. You know that. I could yap to a brick wall. But I do feel like when I work out, like Tanner and I like to work out together.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll even go with a different partner or something like that, and he'll go with a guy, like, because it's a classroom setting.
Yeah,
so I
I
feel
went with
like,
you guys one time.
Yeah, exactly. You came to training camp. Shout out training camp.
Camp.
But yeah, I feel like if it's the right person, then it'll just jive better. So you're open to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So
Amber, I'm saying this because they don't know. Like, I know you know this. Like, I'm pretty laid back if I can be. Like, I don't want to. Yeah. So like, if it works, if that's something that she's interested in, then yeah, I'll go with you.
I love it.
If she wants to have her own workout time to herself, or she likes doing workout classes with her friends or whatever.
Yep.
Do not let me intrude on your you time.
Yeah. Okay, so keep or delete. She orders for you at a restaurant.
Delete immediately. Delete immediately. Why are you ordering my food? I know what I want.
Period.
It's like I'm I'm
Would you order for her?
Only if she asks me to. I will. I think that's presumptuous. Now, and I understand that some women like that, but also if I don't know, I'm not just going to order your food for you. Like this.
Right.
No.
Okay. Still friends with their ex.
Wait, me, them, like, what do you mean? Generally?
Keep or delete.
But like,
they are still friends with their ex.
I think that's a slippery slope, but I also think it depends on communication and also the circumstances of the relationship and the friendship.
Sure.
Because off the bat, my initial reaction, no.
Delete.
Why are you talking to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got to talk to him about?
Yeah. What do you, there's nothing there that needs to be talked about, right?
No, I don't think so.
We can say delete.
But also, to be fair.
Everything's circumstantial. I know that.
Exactly. If it's something where, like, they were childhood friends and then they dated in college or something and their families are close, like, I'm not going to be that guy that's like, don't you ever talk to this guy again.
No. I mean, you can be friendly, I guess, but there's no need for, Exactly. In my opinion, there's no need. Not that my opinion matters, but.
Your opinion matters. But like, if it's a thing where like they're talking to them on like a regular basis or they're like meeting up with them, then I'm probably not going to be okay with that generally. But
yeah.
But if it's like for example, I have there's a woman that I dated when I was in dental school, and we almost never talk.
Yeah.
Like I don't just reach out and say, hey, how you doing? Like, what's new? Nothing like that. But she's a very nice person.
Yeah. She
has a new boyfriend, as far as I know. I think they're still together. But she has a boyfriend that she's been with for a while now, and she seems very happy. And she is a good person. I am glad that she is happy, and it seems like this guy is really kind to her, and that's exactly what I want for her.
Yeah.
But that being said, we don't like talk.
Right.
But it wouldn't be weird if. If we had something like some reason to discuss something, I wouldn't be like, why are you reaching out to me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Takes forever to reply, but always plans great dates. Keep or delete?
Keep.
Yeah.
People are busy. Like
I feel like that's in line with kind of like.
Well, and that's another thing that I think I learned just over the course of dating is people don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
Right? So like if I text someone and they don't respond ever, I could be upset about it, but like to what end? Like this person, you don't know what's going on with this person, you know what's going on with their life.
Yeah.
Give people grace and benefit of the doubt, and if they're interested, then they'll reach back out to you, and if they're not, they won't, and either way you'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Like that. Yeah. What is, when you think of your ideal partner, what energy do they bring?
This feels like a cop-out too. I'm going to go back to what I said before. Just like calming, peaceful energy. Like I want to be supportive. I want to hype you up. I want you to be successful and to pursue whatever you're interested in pursuing.
Yeah.
And I think that if you spend time disagreeing over small things or getting into arguments about things that don't need to be arguments, that you could literally just discuss and come to a consensus about. Like, and that's kind of what I meant before. Like, if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, like, you don't have to be.
Right.
So why would you put yourself or this other person, if you really care about them, why would you put them in a situation where they're always stressed out, you're always stressed out, you guys are, arguing over this and over that. And again, it's not to say that people don't have disagreements or that there won't be, problems that come up in relationships. But in my mind, if I'm going to be in a relationship, we are on the same team.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to make your life any harder. I care about you. Can we figure this out together?
That's so funny. One of my questions is, are you more of a teamwork makes the dream work type partner, or do you value independence in relationships?
I value both, honestly. Independence from the standpoint of, like I was just saying, I want you to do what is going to make you happy. I want you to, pursue the things that are going to make you feel fulfilled in life. And I want you to support me as I do those things as well. And if we come to an issue, whether it involves that or, other life stuff, we should be approaching it together.
Yeah. So both.
Right. Yeah.
I like it.
But generally though, I'm very much a teamwork makes the dream work person.
Yeah.
Like in my office setting and everything, I tell my office manager, my assistants, everybody, like your voice and your opinion matters. If you think something is wrong, tell me.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, perfect. Thank you for telling me.
Thank you for
and
listening.
if it's not wrong, if I'm doing something different and I understand what's happening and I've accounted for it, that's fine too. I will just tell you, I'm doing this differently for a reason.
So going back to that question I asked you earlier, what's something you've learned in your career that has trickled into your relationships? It kind of sounds like teamwork and communication are two skill sets that have helped, right?
I would say that for sure, but I think they originated before work. I think
it strengthened those skills.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is something small that makes you feel loved or appreciated?
So one of my love languages is one of the ways that I feel loved is, acts of service.
Okay.
Acts of service, mostly just because I usually have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And if it's, it could be a small thing, like just take something off of my plate. Just like, hey, I know you said that you had to go, I don't know, by the post office, to submit something. I just went ahead and dropped it off for you. It's like, oh,
that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. Even if it's something that only saves me 10, 20
Small
minutes.
Things.
Right. Because driving to the post office would not be in my normal routine. It would be
Out
somewhat
of
an annoyance.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's a very small thing, but absolutely, I would appreciate things like that.
Okay. That's nice. Those things are nice. Those things add up, the small things.
Exactly.
Okay. So how do you balance your career and your personal life?
So one of the things that I have come to find and that I'm still kind of learning is that balance, like work-life balance, is a moving target. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm better about it than others. But I think just being intentional about having that balance is critical to finding it. So just being aware of how I'm feeling, if I'm stressed out, feel like I'm doing too much, too many things. Oh my goodness, I swear.
Is it really just driving you nuts?
I think I did it again. Okay, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. You'll get there.
Sorry, I blanked.
You're fine.
I'm pretty sure ADHD.
Sorry, go ahead. Same. Your career and your personal life, like how do you balance it?
Right. So it's a moving target. It's an evolving thing. I think right now my work-life balance is okay. Mostly because it's just me. I'm not in a long-term relationship or anything like that.
The real test is when the relationship comes in.
Yes.
I feel like you're really close with your family too, so I guess that's probably like a good.
Oh my gosh, my mom's about to retire.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm excited.
You gonna take her on a trip?
No, my dad's taking her on 2 trips. I did get her a present though.
What'd you get her?
Wait, when is this going to air?
You have a couple weeks, probably. Maybe a week.
She probably won't see it before then anyway. I got her a bracelet from Tiffany's.
Wow. I love it. That's so special.
Look, my mom is awesome. My dad's taken her to Hawaii and Cancun, though.
Wow. You didn't get the invite?
I got the invite to Hawaii.
Nice.
I went to Hawaii with them earlier this year, which was really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, got to. It's always nice being able to spend time with them, especially if it's somewhere like Hawaii.
Of course.
But yeah, this year I think I'm gonna do something different in my. I think my dad really wanted to go back to Hawaii this year.
Yeah.
I think my mom was a little bit indifferent to it.
Sure.
I think that. Come on.
So you're really close with your family.
Yep, they're great.
Your parents are a good example of love. Is there anything that you take from them that you want to emulate in your forever partner?
Well, they've been married for, let's see, I'm 36. They've been married for, I think, over 40 years now.
Awesome.
And that's, I mean, I think it's really interesting watching.
You're close.
Yeah, we're getting there. I think it's really interesting watching, I think people's parents are like maybe their first real example of, what relationships are supposed to be like.
Yeah, my parents are that for me too.
Yeah. And I think my parents are a great example. This is not perfect, but I think it's
you got
salvageable.
there?
I think so. Let me fold this last piece down. Yeah, so I think that
anything from their relationship that you're like, that's something that I want, that you've seen that's worked for them.
Yeah, they support each other. Nice. Yeah, they support each other. I think really well. So my dad is a general dentist. He's retired. My mom is a family medicine doctor, but she works in a medical school.
I didn't know this about your mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
she's
I didn't know this. Yeah, she's a boss.
Yeah, she's way cooler than me.
Okay, Mom.
They just gave her, they named an award after her that they're going to give, every year, like, moving forward at this medical school.
What?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I said. Like, I used to joke about my mom always being cooler than me, and then, somebody confirmed it. They were basically like, yeah, for sure.
It sounds like she's pretty cool.
No, she's awesome. She's great. But
so you have a good example of love to.
Yeah. It's no relationship is perfect, and they disagree about things. Like they kind of like
that's any relationship. Yeah,
exactly.
I think going back to, and I've said this before. I even think maybe said it on a previous episode. I think life is hard. I think relationships shouldn't be. I think. Of course, you can get in disagreements, but at the end of the day, you know that person's going to have your back. They're going to support you. And while you may be frustrated in that moment, you know that it's going to be fine at the end of the day because of who you choose.
Right.
So I don't think that relationships should be hard. So to your point earlier, when you can amicably walk away from something that's not bringing you a sense of peace is a smart thing to do. I
think so. I think for everybody involved. I mean, it feels a little bit counterintuitive, but I don't think I would get into a relationship with somebody if I didn't care about them.
Sure.
And their well-being and not want good things for them.
Yeah.
And it feels a little bit weird, but it's kind of like in that same vein. You get out of that situation because it's not working. Mm-hmm. And I think at least part of it is, considering how the decision is going to affect the other person and,
right.
Their well-being also. So I think if it feels like it's detrimental and you can't be your best self in that situation, then maybe removing yourself from that situation is for the best for everybody involved.
Yeah. If someone looked at your daily life, what would they learn about your priorities?
That I work too much. But it's really just a priority for right now. It's I just
priorities change.
Right. And I know, like we were talking about with the work-life balance, like I know that there are things that I want to accomplish, and opportunities, they come and they go, but sometimes if you're not taking advantage of things, like you just don't know what opportunities you might miss by not, actively pursuing things. So right now, while I don't have kids, while my main obligations are like to my job, I want to work. I want to try to build a strong foundation so that when that time comes, I have the ability to pivot, and I can say, well, okay, now that I have a significant other, now that there are kids in the picture, I'm going to pivot a little bit so that I can prioritize things with them more, and be able to do that because I put more work in earlier.
Yeah, I love that. You're building your future. Do you think that that's a part of why, like, you're still single at this stage? Some haven't met the right person, some just trying to make sure you're in a good spot for your future self?
I don't think making sure I'm in a good spot is really hindering it. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's definitely... I feel like this is a cop-out, but I think dating is a little bit weird now.
Sure. That's kind of one of the reasons I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's what I'm hearing.
Like, and I'm not sure what exactly it is, because I heard for years that the problem with dating apps is people feel like they have too many options, so people don't commit to things.
Right.
Which could be.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious from a guy's perspective, because I feel like when I talk to my friends or maybe someone I just met, like when they talk about dating from a girl's perspective, right? Girls can talk about it all the time. Guys are a little bit more reserved, I feel like, when they talk about this topic. But girls are usually like, okay, they'll show interest in me, we'll go on a few dates, and then they're like, nah, I'm good. Or maybe we ignore red flags sometimes just to try to make something, because we're hopeful, you know what I mean? Or just they're completely different from who they said they were.
Yeah.
The quality, I keep hearing quality is not there. And I just don't believe that to be true. I think obviously I found someone who I love deeply and they love me back.
Yeah.
I know it's out there. So what do you think it is? When you say it's weird, what makes it weird?
I think maybe expectations. So this is going to be a little bit of a weird tangent.
Okay.
But
is it too fairy tale, you think?
No, I don't think it's too fairy tale. I think it's just, well, maybe it is too fairy tale. I think that people have an impression of what dating is supposed to be like and what their partner is supposed to be like. Mm-hmm. And like this perfect example. So in my mind, perfect example. But one of my buddies out in Kansas City, we have talked at times about dating because he's kind of in a similar situation. Mm-hmm. And there is, there's like on TikTok. I kept seeing these videos on TikTok.
I know. I love TikTok, but it's sometimes the devil.
Yeah, that's why I'm not on it that much anymore. But on TikTok, there were these videos of people walking up to people in the street and asking them what their ideal partner would be. Mm-hmm. And then they would type in what they were looking for into this calculator.
Okay.
And the percentage of like people that meet the ideal that most people had was very low.
Interesting.
For example, if you put like so what percentage of women do you think want to date a guy who's taller than 6 feet? I'm 6'4", by the way.
Yeah, he's tall. Most women, that's like a requirement.
Okay. What percentage of men in the United States do you think are taller than 6 foot?
I don't know, 50%? 40?
See, that's exactly what I mean. We should look it up to confirm, but I think it's around like 16 or 17%.
What?
Right, exactly.
No way.
Look it up. And it's very interesting too, because I read something else that said, I think it's like the population of men over 6 feet is somewhere in that range, but the population of men who are CEOs or in leadership positions who are taller than 6 feet is somewhere around like 40%. Like it's disproportionate. But I thought that was really interesting. And I actually, the other day, I had a thought about this like dating calculator. Maybe I was thinking about this podcast or something.
Yeah.
But one of the assistants in my office, I had her put in what her ideal mate would be. And like the percentage of men that fell into that, it was like less than 1%.
Okay. So are you trying to say that with women, it might be expectations more closed off to not as open-minded?
No, not necessarily. I wouldn't fault most women for it.
Yeah.
I think it's like what gets portrayed in like media and movies and stuff. Because if you grow up watching movies that, you know, tell you about love stories and, you know, this is how life goes and this is what you can expect, then...
Well, social media too has a big presence in every decision I think that people make nowadays, and it has such a lasting impression, and there's always videos about what love should be, like horror stories, and like it's just this like hamster wheel, I feel like, of negativity sometimes. So maybe people get in their head about things too.
Oh, I'm sure. I get in my head sometimes about it. I mean, you want to make good decisions, right? Like, and at least for me, like I'm thinking about things like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste the other person's time. I don't want to do anything that may potentially hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely get in my head about it sometimes, but I wouldn't necessarily, and I wouldn't just place it at women either. Like I think probably because a lot of men don't really have that many like interactions with women on a friendship basis.
Sure.
You know, if you're getting all of your information about what dating is supposed to be like from, again, social media or from your friends or your older brother or whatever, it's not that that's always bad advice or anything, but you're also limited by what these people are telling you or what you're seeing.
Sure. Okay, so let's hone back in on like who you would find attractive and the qualities that they would be, because I don't think we've covered that entirely.
Sure.
Say this calculator that you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Well,
if you put it in, just out of curiosity, what would that look like?
That calculator was very superficial. It had like, it was not a qualities thing.
Okay.
It was literally like man or woman, like wants kids, doesn't want kids.
Okay.
Like height range, age range. You could choose ethnicity, religion, smoker, non-smoker. Was one or two. Oh, income. I think that's where a lot of the drop off is people's expectation of income and also expectation of height.
Yeah, I think that's true, probably statistically, of what people put down.
Yeah, but to answer your actual question, I don't know. I
don't know
why. I don't know why it seems. I think it probably is just the illusion of options. You know, people think.
Sure.
Like,
but like, what are you looking for in a partner? Like, what do you think of when you think of like an ideal partner? Qualities. It could be physical. It could be personality. Like, what does that look like for you? What are you hopeful for? Not putting you in a box by any means, but
you're fine. As far as physical, what I'll say is, like I was saying before, you don't know what you're attracted to until you see it.
Sure.
And I could tell you, like, you know, generally, but that doesn't mean that if they don't fit into that category that I wouldn't be attracted.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In terms of qualities, I think one of my friends told me something to look for that I thought was interesting. That makes sense. If they played a team sport.
Huh.
Yeah. Because playing a team sport, like growing up, like you learn how to be collaborative. Like you learn how, you know, sometimes you're not the most, sometimes you're not the most important person. Sometimes you need to prop the person that's with you up.
Yeah.
And, you know, like for myself too, like sometimes I'm not the most important person in the situation and I need to be supportive of whatever else is going on.
I think it kind of goes into that, like, everyone's like relationships are 50-50. And while that may be true, it's not always that. Sometimes you need 80 from a person and you can only give them 20. Sometimes you can only give them 10% and they have to go 90.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's always 50-50.
It just shouldn't be like that always.
Right.
Yes.
100%. Okay.
Agreed.
So selflessness.
Well, I mean, at
Gotta
least
get along with your family.
At least self-awareness to the point where you can identify when maybe you need to take a step back or be more selfless. Like, I feel like saying selfless across the board is dangerous because I don't want somebody who comes in there's just like, I'm always second. Like, what I think or what I want doesn't matter, because it does.
Yeah.
I mean, just all the qualities that I think that you look for in a good person. Just like considerate, self-aware.
I would say you would want someone confident. Am I wrong in that?
I think confidence is great.
Yeah.
I think confidence is great. But also I think confidence can be developed.
100%.
Yeah. Right now I would say I'm probably moderately confident.
Yeah.
But there have definitely been times when I have had to push myself from my comfort zone in the interests of like building self-confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the great things about residency, at least for me, is like you're just kind of constantly faced with difficult things.
Yep.
Things that you haven't done before that you need to learn about and that you need to get good at. So confidence, I think, is great if you have it. But if you don't have a whole lot of confidence, like we can build that. It's fine.
Okay. If someone is hopping in your car, what song are you playing for them on the way to the date?
That's a good question. I don't think I have a set one, but what I'll tell you is I was listening to a song on the way over here. I was like trying to just get in kind of like a little bit calmer mindset. Nobody has heard of it. It's called Nothing to Lose.
Okay.
And I think the guy's name is Block Boy.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you.
All right.
She can play you a clip.
I'll play you a clip. And then I've been asking everyone this: date night, restaurant wise, where would you want to take someone? Where's your favorite spot?
I don't have a favorite spot in Charlotte.
Or somewhere you want to try?
I've tried most of the restaurants in Charlotte. I mean, I could list a few for you that are pretty good.
Top two.
Top two?
Yeah.
Oku.
Okay. Sushi.
Yeah, Oku Sushi. I don't know.
That's fine. We can land with Oku.
I think that Oku's definitely solid.
I haven't been in years. I need to go back.
Yeah. Tanner, you should take her next weekend.
Tanner, take me to Oku. Thank you so much for joining me
course.
today. If you're interested in Jackson, please go to craftingchemistry.co, or you can send us a DM and maybe he'll take you on a date to Oku. Woo. All right. Until next time. Thanks.
Bye, everyone. Good
Bye.
luck. Take care.
Nice.
Not bad.
That was awesome.